Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into something that honestly blew my mind a little bit. We're exploring the intersection of two worlds that seem like they have absolutely nothing in common: high-stakes foreign exchange trading and the Wild West of AI content creation. We're going to break down an incredible analysis written by an elite FX prop trader. We're talking about a guy in the top 2.3% of his field here. He took the cold, hard math of financial trading and applied it to figure out exactly why one specific AI influencer blew up while so many others just kind of faded into the background. It is literally a masterclass in risk, trust, and how to build actual value online right now. Okay, let's dive into this. If you spend any time online, you absolutely know this feeling. We are caught in a massive, daily flood of AI news. Literally every single morning, there's a new tool, a massive update, some new model that's supposedly going to change everything. It's exhausting, right? And the biggest question for all of us is, in this raging river of content, what is actually useful signal, and what is just distracting noise? Like, how do we possibly filter all this without losing our minds?
Well, our author, a trader who goes by the name Daito, who regularly operates with millions on the line, came up with a pretty radical solution to this exact problem. He looked at the massive sea of AI influencers out there and just made a cold, calculated decision. His rule was simple and ruthless. He said, make Keito's information the sole Bible. Shut out absolutely everything else. He decided to completely cut the noise and put 100% of his focus on just one highly trusted Japanese AI creator named Keito.
Which brings us to Section 1, the AI era's information noise.
To really get why Daito's focus is so extreme, we have to look at how he manages his digital life. He uses this intense digital minimalism that we can call the unsubscribe strategy. He actually goes in periodically and just wipes the slate clean. He resets his entire YouTube feed, hitting unsubscribe on everything. The goal here is to keep only the absolute necessities. He treats his attention exactly like his trading capital. He completely refuses to waste it on bad investments. And because of this ruthless habit, he actually unsubscribed from Keito's channel multiple times over the years.
But here is where it gets super interesting. Even after Daito unsubscribed, Keito's content kept pulling him back in. Why? Well, sure, the algorithm helped, but more importantly, the pure raw value of the information was just so good that Daito naturally clicked on it anyway. He realized that the true test of a creator isn't some stagnant subscriber count. It's whether people keep coming back purely for the value of the content, even when they're not subscribed. He always found himself hitting that subscribe button again.
Let's move on to Section 2, the trader's lens, expected value. When an elite prop trader looks at content, they use a core mathematical concept, expected value. In the trading world, expected value is literally everything. It doesn't matter if your short-term win rate looks amazing today. If your overall expected value is negative, you are mathematically guaranteed to blow up your account eventually. But if your expected value is positive, even with short-term bumps, your assets are going to stack and grow over time. In finance, this is the only metric you can truly take to the bank.
Section 3. What exactly is knowledge compounding?
So Daito realized this exact same trading math applies directly to how we consume and create content. Think about your typical creator chasing viral trends and clickbait. Daito compares that to a high-leverage, one-shot gamble. Sure, you might hit the jackpot once, but you can't reproduce it. It exhausts you, and it has a totally negative expected value. But then you have Keito's strategy, stacking knowledge. Instead of chasing that quick viral hit, Keito consistently localizes, tests, and clearly explains AI tools. He turns that practical knowledge into compounding articles and videos. It might look slow at first, but it works exactly like compound interest. It's a long-term, highly positive expected value strategy.
And you literally cannot argue with the results. Just look at this number, 48. That is where Keito's newsletter landed globally in Substack's insanely competitive tech category. For a localized, non-English creator to hit the top 50 in the whole world, that's no algorithmic fluke. That is undeniable mathematical proof that compounding trust and stacking high-value information actually works. The expected value absolutely paid off.
Let's look at Section 4, the 3 conditions of top creators.
After watching Keito explode from just a couple thousand subscribers to over 200,000, Daito broke it all down. He identified exactly 3 conditions that make a genuinely strong creator. And what's wild is how perfectly these 3 things line up with the traits of an elite, market-surviving trader.
Here they are. First, specialization. Keito had an undivided, laser focus purely on AI.
In trading, if you take scattered, unfocused positions, you create unmanageable risk. Specializing totally manages that risk. Second, design. This means structuring your info so people can actually use it right away. And third, sincerity. This is huge. Refusing to chase cheap clicks, not pandering to the algorithm, and relying only on verified facts. That sincerity is what builds the rock-solid trust that brings viewers back even after they've unsubscribed.
Let's zoom in on that design aspect for a second, because this is Keito's absolute superpower. Daito noticed that most AI videos get totally bogged down in heavy, complex theory right out of the gate, and people just click away. Keito flips the script. He purposefully puts the immediately useful stuff right at the very beginning, and he saves the nerdy theory for the end. He engineers this see, understand, act loop. It stops people from dropping off and makes you think, okay, I'm going to go try this right now. He's actively designing the viewer's next move.
Which leads us to Section 5, Trust as the greatest asset. Because beyond all the calculated math and the design frameworks, there is a very real human payoff to all this. Trust is a relationship, right? And to prove this, Daito shared this amazing real-time story. Literally, while he was writing this exact analysis we're talking about today, his phone lit up. He got a notification. Keito himself, the guy Daito had been studying for years, had actually found Daito's post, cited it, and shared it with his massive audience. It completely validated everything Daito was saying about trading principles applying to content.
Daito wrote about this moment, saying, "I stared at the screen, unable to move." Just imagine that feeling for a second. It wasn't just about getting a shout-out from a big account. It was this deep, quiet validation. It was the realization that his sincere hard work had actually reached the exact person he respected so much.
And you know what? That simple act of sharing made Daito trust Keito even more. Because true influence isn't just about grabbing a megaphone and broadcasting to an audience. It's built when leaders actually look down into their community, spot genuine effort, and lift those people up. By sharing a fan's deep analysis, Keito showed that his sincerity was 100% real. It turns out, sincerity really is the ultimate compounding asset.
So here's what I want to leave you with today. We all have the same limited attention span, and we are all swimming in this crazy ocean of information. Take a hard look at your own daily habits. Look at what you're consuming and what you're putting out there into the world. Ask yourself, in your own life and work, are you making high-leverage gambles on fleeting noise? Or are you patiently, sincerely compounding your knowledge? Think about it, and we'll see you in the next explainer.